right, welcome folks to this exciting girls varsity softball game. My name is Tyler Borba. With me is Lou Bordeaux, bringing the play-by-play action of this softball game. The sun decided to come out this afternoon. Really excited for that. This is the opening day for the girls varsity softball. Lou, thank you so much for being here with me today on apparently a sunny afternoon.
Hey Tyler, thanks. Always a pleasure to be here on the campus of the Pioneer Valley Regional School in Northfield. You got a good look at the Pioneer Panthers. As you said, this is their home opener. Today the Frontier Redhawks are in to take on your Panthers. Both teams are 1 win and 1 loss early in the season. Frontier lost their opening day game to Hampshire by a score of 6-4. Then on April 1st, beat Mohawk 24-0. Panthers, on the other hand, also 1-1. They won their opener over Westfield Tech on March 31st, 17-11. And then on April 1st, out at Taconic, roadie out to Pittsfield, lost by a 16-4 margin. So 1-1 early in the season. I know we saw some varsity baseball the other day, Tyler. We're not really sure. The teams have been working out for 2 or 3 weeks at this point. Really not necessarily in mid-season form. So I think there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions here in Northfield today.
Well, of course, we're looking at, two teams, one Division 5, one Division 4, which, that's not always a defining factor. It's just one more detail on paper to see what's going on. So when you're, D4, you might be expected to be playing tougher teams and therefore might be a tougher team yourself. But we're going to find out about that. Every season is a new team, a little more experienced. Girls from last year on Pioneer, some new faces on the roster. Really excited to see what we got coming our way.
And this is one of the things that makes high school athletics great. Jalen Beliski is in the circle for the Panthers. Gets that first one in there for strike one. Batter is Ashley Taylor for the Redhawks. Excuse me. Ashley's going to be in the circle for Frontier. That one just misses up high. Ball 1-1. Behind the plate today for the Panthers, Kiara Griskowski.
And that ball goes foul.
Yep, lofted over into souvenir country. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we look around the Panther infield, Maggie Tippanyuk is at first, Allie Clary at second. Kobe Tominski is the shortstop, and Taylor Chase is playing third base. Left to right in the outfield, Lucy Burnap in left, Layla Goulston in center, and Nat Johnson's in right field today for the Panthers. Another one just fouled down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. After Ashley Taylor, we're going to see shortstop Skylar Steele. You make a good point, Tyler. Sun did come out. Popped up. Goulston's under it. And we've got one away.
Nice job getting underneath it by Layla Goulston. Good hustle.
Yeah, the way the rain had come in overnight, and definitely a gloomy day. I know they pushed back the start time about an hour for this game, and the field appears to be in great condition.
No, most certainly. We're talking with a few folks about what could have been the reason, whether or not there was some busing issues, or whether or not you just wanted the field to drain a little bit more. But I was kind of more or less expecting, just dreary overcast. But it's really nice to see the sunlight come out.
Count goes to 1-2 on Skylar Steele. Following her in the Frontier lineup will be Lou Fifield, the catcher. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Catcher makes the put out down to first base, and we've got 2 out.
Nice job with the awareness. of that drop ball. Just we talked a little bit about a lot of players returning from last year for Pioneer, which is, probably the most crucial thing about developing, a good ball club is having people come back and work together, get to know the coach, get to know the expectations, and kind of come together as a team. The more you spend time with each other, that's going to happen. And so seeing a lot of these girls, especially Jalen Beliski was one of the starting pitchers last year, and no doubt she's been getting better.
Yeah, it's sliced down third base line. Going for two. Yeah, throw just got away. Fifield takes the turn, gets back to second base. Frontier with their first base runner of the afternoon. Sets the stage for Liv Michon. Liv is the left fielder. Nice pitch by Jalen. In there for strike one. And to your point, Tyler, a lot of what any of these high school sports look for is the consistency factor. Slice down the right field line. That's going to be in for extra bases. Frontier plates their first run of the day. And it's a double for Michon. Frontier with the early 1-0 lead. Two outs, runner on second base. Another slice down the right side. Michon goes all the way around. It's 2-0. That was Raina Wansi, sliced one into right field. As we said at the start, Frontier scored 24 runs against Mohawk earlier this week. It's a foul ball. So we definitely know that they can score some runs. You like to say having fun with two, and they certainly are at this point. Two outs here in the top of the first. Frontier with the 2-0 lead. And Sophia Pinardi strikes out. It's going to wrap it up for the Redhawks in the first inning. 2 runs, 3 base hits, one runner left in the middle of the first. Frontier leads this one 2-0, but Pioneer gets their chance in just a moment right here on BNC TV.
Whoops. Come on. All right, welcome back.
And base hit for Lucy Burnett gets things started for the Panthers. Lucy is the left fielder today for Pioneer. Coming up, Jalen Beliski, today's pitcher for the Panthers. Put on the scoreboard in the first inning. Is Ashley Taylor in the circle for Frontier. Battery Mate is in 5 field behind the plate. So the count goes to 0-2. Base. Foul.
Both Jalen Beliski and Lucy Burnett, 8th graders, really liking what I'm seeing. A lot more comfort in the box and willing to, take swings at things and really pull the bat around. Just really liking what they're growing into so far.
Strike one on Bernardston. Well, it gets back to that consistency factor and that they've been exposed to the program and short playing elsewhere in the offseason. Ground ball to short. Second, runner safe at first. They got the force on Lucy at second base. Woolston's on the fielder's choice. We've got 2 outs. Kobe Tominski, the shortstop, steps in. Kobe's one of those student athletes that really relied upon as an underclass person last year. Goes, slides in safely. Great base running by Layla. Kobe swung right through that one. Great pitch by Taylor. Foul down the left side. Is 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Panther cleanup hitter. It's missed outside, good eye. Bench. Tyler, it wouldn't be a springtime afternoon here at Pioneer without that wind coming in from, let's see, I'm going to say the southwest.
Love hearing that little whistle coming through the headset. Way off on the count. Tominski takes first. I got the tying run on base with 2 outs. Stepping up Taylor Chase. Oh, and Layla Goulston trying to steal.
Caught at third. Nice defensive play by Frontier. That's going to retire the side for the Panthers in the first inning. No runs, one base hit, one runner left. We've got one inning complete here in Northfield. Frontier leads this one 2-0. Be sure to check out our sponsors. They'll be on your screen momentarily. We'll be back with more Pioneer Softball right here on BNC TV.
Welcome back.
Addie Ely, center fielder for Frontier, gets things started here in the top of the second. Red Hawks with a 2-0 lead. Foul down the right side, 0-2. Addie's the center fielder for Frontier. Called strike three, ball gets away. And Kiara makes the throw to Maggie Tippin at first. Second time today. It out goes 2-3. If you're scoring at home. If not, you're going to have to trust me on that. This is Whitney Campbell, the second base person at the plate. Trying to be better about my identification, Tyler. I noticed in the American Hockey League box scores this season, they no longer have linesmen, they have linespersons. Trying to be better about that.
Well, I've always been a subscriber of the mankind argument personally, but not a problem. Just the way when the reference to man on base, it's mankind kind of thing. That's just my interpretation of it. But
Well, don't forget, I just left a 2-day seminar with 25 town managers, so I probably still got my headlights going brightly.
no problem. As far as I'm concerned, as long as everyone knows where things are and what's happening, regardless of my inability to keep the count correct, then I think that's a good thing.
And that's ball four to Whitney Campbell. Whitney's on with the base on balls. Right fielder Abigail Schreiber coming to the plate. Frontier on top 2-0. It's early, top of the second inning here in Northfield. It's turned into a really nice day for some softball. As you mentioned earlier, Tyler, as Campbell steals second.
Great pitch by Whiskey, though. Right in there in the zone and went right by the bat.
Squares to bunt. Nice bunt. Everybody's safe.
Excellent hustle by the Frontier base runner.
Their base coach jumped out of his shoes trying to get Schreiber to turn and take second base there, but she stayed at first, so runners on the corners for Frontier as they threaten again. Force play at second base, run scores, it's 3-0. Short. Throw just out of Maggie's reach. Runner safe at first. Other runner runs over to third base. Once again, runners on the corners. Catcher Lou Fifield steps in. Singleton scored in the first inning. Second on catching difference. Runners threatened, runners in scoring position. 2 down here in the top of the second. Ripped into center field, just over Layla's glove. 2 runners are in. Fifield turns, she goes to third. Bases clearing, triple by Lou Fifield. Frontier with the 5-0 lead. Baseline. This is Liv Michon, left fielder for the Redhawks. Doubled in the first inning, scored. Drove in the first Frontier run. Chopped into the ground 0-2.
That ball just dribbled just outside of the baseline to go foul.
Typically, the umpire for a foul ball like that will put both hands up over his head, almost like he's signaling a touchdown. But he had gestured with his right arm that it was the foul side of the line. One ball and 2 strikes on Liv Michon. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll retire the side. For Frontier in the second inning, 3 runs on 2 base hits. 1 runner left in the middle of the second inning. Frontier leads this one 5-0 over your Pioneer Panthers. Please check out our sponsors in between innings, and we'll be right back with more Pioneer Softball here on BNC TV. And we're back for the bottom of the second inning here in Northfield, along with Tyler Borbo, executive producer of BNC TV. I am Lou Bordeaux. Taylor Chase at the plate for the Panthers. Takes ball one outside. I realize it's only the second inning, but the Panthers are going to have to make some magic happen here, Tyler.
Well, I know that sometimes it's difficult to not look at knowledge of past games and a higher division and stuff and kind of just, I don't know, not write it off, but just kind of already predetermine some things. But I think Pioneer is so far looking like they have a lot of potential, and I think staying in this game is going to, if anything, give them a lot more practice time and ultimately is going to yield a lot more experience.
And foul down the third base line. Count is 3 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor. She'll be followed by Allie Clary and Nat Johnson here in the bottom of the second inning. Frontier on top, 5-0. Nice play, Raina Wansi right over to Sophia Pinardi for the put out. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Allie Clary coming up to the plate.
One of 2 seniors on the team, if I remember correctly. Her and Natalie Johnson.
Allie, of course, was a key component to the Panthers club last year. I'm sure they'll be leaning on her again for her leadership. Just out of the reach of Pinardi. Taylor sets. Just missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Natalie Johnson on deck. She'll be followed by Maggie Tippanyuk. Yeah, Clary caught looking. That one just clipped the inside corner. Good location by Ashley Taylor. Here is Nat Johnson, playing right field today for the Panthers. Strike 1.
Nice cup there by Johnson.
As Tyler mentioned a moment ago, one of the seniors on the team this year. 1-1. High and away, 2-1. After today's game, Panther softball returns here to Northfield. This coming Monday at 4:30 when Mount Greylock comes to Northfield. Slice down the right side. Full count on Johnson. And Campbell goes over to first with it. That's going to retire the side for the Panthers in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We've got 2 innings complete here in Northfield. Frontier leads this one 5-0. We'll be back in a moment right here on BNC TV. Raina Wansley at the plate. Counts 2 balls, no strikes. Raina singled in the first inning. That one's low, 3-0. Clouds have moved back in here in Northfield. High and away, that's ball 4. Wansley takes first base. Took a look as the ball had gone back to the backstop. She did not advance, however. That sets the stage for Sophia Pinardi, the first base person. There you see Raina getting some advice from the coach. Head coach of Frontier is Garrett Dean.
And of course, if you're looking for more, if you're tuning into this in support of the Frontier team, and you're looking for more Red Hawk softball action, you can always navigate over to FCAT, Frontier Community Access Television. Check that out. I say it rolls off the pitcher.
Got the runner at first. We're going to go 1-6-3 on that put out. Nice heads up play by Kobe Tominski to get that ball across the diamond in time. Raina Wansley takes second. Kind of alert base running.
Kind of wondering if that ball would have made it through the gap if it hadn't have hit Jalen Beliski's cleat on the way through.
Well, that was just enough to give her an assist on the put out. So an unplanned defensive play by Jalen. So I heard you talking about our friends at FCAT. I don't think I've been on an FCAT broadcast in 3 or 4 years, Tyler. So hello to our friends in the Deerfield area.
Well, happy to really trying to, for BNC TV, really trying to step up our kind of file sharing game with other community access stations. Not really, we're totally separate stations with folks that live in different areas of Franklin County, and, more than happy to share the broadcast with them. And
wild pitch, runner comes in. Dives in head first. Another run for the Red Hawks, increasing the lead to 6-0. And the Greenfield Recorder had a story about a month ago about the FCAT crew, Mason and Kevin Murphy. A lot of the folks over there making it happen for Frontier. Certainly hats off to them. If we were doing hockey today, I'd say a stick tap to them. But today it's softball here in Northfield. Addie Ely strikes out.
Very wrong on the count, my bad.
Whitney Campbell, second baseman, comes in. Get back to the traditional position names. At least that time, Tyler.
Right in there.
Nice pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Campbell. She'll be followed in the order by Abigail Schreiber. It's high and away, 2-2. back over the backstop. We'll do this one again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice defensive play. Kobe over to Maggie to retire the side. 1 more run for Frontier. In the middle of the 3rd inning, Frontier leads this one 6-0. Don't go anywhere. Check out our sponsors. More Panther softball in a moment right here on BNC TV.
Come on, Tyler. All right. Welcome back.
Maggie Tippanyuk going to get things started for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 3rd. Panthers have spotted the Red Hawks a half a dozen. Three and 0 on Maggie. Nice pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Just got under that one, fouled it back. Full count. Kiara Griskowski on deck for the Panthers. Pops straight up. And Whitney Campbell puts that away. One down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
You always love those hits where you kind of just don't need to make too much movement. It's just kind of seemed like it's hit right to you.
They are far and few between where you're actually positioned perfectly. And Whitney sure was on that one. That one's fouled straight back. High and away. 2 balls and a strike. Good pitch on the outside corner, makes it 2-2. Just missed inside, counts full. Called. Strike 3. Home plate umpire thought about it for a moment. Rang up Kiara. Sorry, Tyler.
That's okay. Those ones are always super tough that are right on the outside of the box, but that's why they call it protecting, is your box gets bigger when you have 2 strikes on you because they got to protect anything close.
Lucy Burnap takes ball 1 up high. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Ashley Taylor in the circle for Frontier. Looks to have pretty solid command out there today. Fouled off the shoulder of Lou Fifield. Has some command out there today. Works methodically. Takes very little time in between pitches. Fouled off, count remains 1-2.
And are you aware of any kind of regulation or requirements between the batter and the pitcher in high school softball?
I am not aware of anything, Tyler.
All right. I was just curious about, we were talking about, well, we'll talk further when we come back, as we're going to take a short break to reset some things and definitely give thank you to our wonderful sponsors that are sponsoring these spring sports throughout these couple of months, March, April, May, and June. And when we come back, more of this varsity softball game right here on BNC TV.
This is Abigail Schreiber. Just took ball 1 up high. Lofted into short right field. Nat Johnson.
Good
nice
hustle
catch.
getting in there.
Absolutely. 1 out, back to the top of the order. Pitcher Ashley Taylor going to be at bat.
Oh,
go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll hold off on a minute.
Layla Golston.
Nice job. Outfield, taking care of business. But one thing we were talking about before the break was you were talking about how I'm spacing her name, Frontier number 6, the pitcher.
Ashley Taylor.
Wow.
Nice defensive inning by the Panthers. That was what, 1, 2, 3, I think a 4-pitch inning. Holy smokes.
Well, that's not bad.
but it's no 3-pitch Tyler Borbo inning.
Well, as I continue to live in the past, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, maybe we'll actually talk about what we were trying to talk about last inning. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way on BNC TV. Welcome back, folks.
Ready for the bottom of the fourth after a terrific defensive inning by the Panthers. Speaking of defense, you might not be able to see it on your screen in between innings, but the Frontier outfielders have a meeting of the minds in short center field, and then the three of them do cartwheels. That is perhaps the greatest warm-up I ever saw, Tyler.
I feel like it's only a matter of time before they develop, other sports develop the kind of spicy routine that you see like in volleyball or basketball.
Nice catch by Liv Michon in left field to retire Jalen Beliski.
Like in basketball, when they announce the players, they come out and do kind of a shoe shine or, some sort of handshake before they go over and fist bump the refs. So, yeah, baseball needs their own version of that.
Layla Goulston at the plate. Layla made a nice catch in center field last inning. 1-1 on number one. Foul down the third base line. Frontier on top 6-0. But that defensive inning that the Panthers just had was really what the doctor ordered. They're sliced down the left side. Count remains 1-2 on Layla Goulston. She'll be followed by Kobe Tominski and Taylor Chase.
Goulston doing a good job of protecting. I feel like she really had to dig to connect with that one. But, like we said earlier, your strike zone gets a little bit bigger, and you got to make sure to protect that.
And foul up into the trees behind the backstop. Battling hard here. Making Ashley Taylor work in the circle. Steele over to first base. Just got Goulston by a step. We've got two out.
Kobe Tominski stepping into the box.
Kobe walked back in the first inning. Strike on the inside corner. ripped down the left field line. She got all of that one. Counts 0-2. Kobe will be followed by Taylor Chase. Takes that one up high, 1-2.
Good eye on that one. I think a lot of batters take the bait on tasty high ones.
Well, we saw in the boys' game on Monday, one of the batters swung at one up at his eyes, and strike three on Kobe. That's going to retire the side. We'll talk more about taking pitches up at the eyes. But in the fourth inning, 3 up, 3 down for the Panthers, nothing across. 4 innings in the books here in Northfield. Frontier leads this one 6-0. Please check out our sponsors. We're so grateful that they've joined us this year here on BNC TV. And stay tuned for more Panther softball in a moment here on BNC TV and worldwide on YouTube.
Welcome back.
Top of the 5th inning, rapid moving game here in Northfield today. Catcher Lou Fifield steps in. Lou is 2 for 2 on the day. Another nice pitch by Jalen.
Both of those pitches seemed very identical on the outside of the box, or, on the outside of the strike zone. There we go.
I know, Tyler, we're still in spring training mode here. It'll take us a couple weeks before we get our baseball shoes and softball shoes back on. And it's into center field. Base hit for Fifield as she goes 3 for 3 on the day.
Nice job making something happen with a, I believe, 1-2 count. But, yeah, you mentioned something that, I'm not able to really live down. During the basketball season, I most certainly said welcome to a soccer game. And after, doing so much with the fall sports season, it was hard to peel that layer away. The ball pops through. That'll send the runner on second home.
And Fifield scores, makes it 7-0 Frontier. Nice base hit for Liv Michon. Raina Wansi comes to the plate. Raina has singled and walked today. Stolen base by Michon. She's on second now. Well, it's funny. There's so much activity going on BNC TV between all sorts of meetings and sporting events. In a way, it's kind of surprising that you don't misspeak more often.
Well, as long as at the end of the game, before I roll credits, I don't say motion to adjourn. I think we're good.
Another base hit into center field. That's going to score another run for Frontier. Score goes to 8-0. Here's Sophia Pinardi, 0 for 2 on the day. Nice pickup. Taylor Chase forces the runner at second. That's why they call third base the hot corner. It was smoked down there. Pinardi reaches on a fielder's choice. And with one out, Addie Ely is going to be at the plate. Addie's 0 for 2 on the day. Little conversation with the home plate umpire. Like we were talking about in between innings, Tyler, that's where we need a spotter, somebody who can spy in on those conversations. Let us know what's going on.
Well, we're going to have to free up a wireless mic and put it on the umpire so that we can get those kind of conversations.
And maybe a GoPro on his face mask.
That would be awesome.
It's 0-2. Ball just got away from Chiara. Runner takes second base. Foul back. Count remains 0-2.
Well, I have spent some time, it's funny you mentioned the GoPro. I have spent some time looking at, how could a GoPro be achieved on the backstop, and frankly, it's not easy.
Nice play, got the runner at first, and I believe the conversation with the umpire had to do, we got a courtesy runner there for Pinardi. That's Abigail Schreiber was running for her.
And meaning Abigail Schreiber is now on third?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to put the brakes on for a minute after we got caught up in the who's on first routine the other day.
It's a good routine.
And I'll fight the urge to get into it now. Wild pitch. Runner scores 9-0. Two balls, no strikes on Whitney Campbell. Over the years, players of any sport whose last name was Campbell all had the same nickname, Tyler.
Is that right?
Soupy.
Oh. Makes sense.
Jalen goes over to first base to retire Whitney Campbell. Don't know if they call her Soupy or not. And that's going to retire the side for the Red Hawks. 3 runs here in the top of the 5th. Makes the score 9-0. Pioneer will be up in a moment to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Please check out our sponsors. You're watching Pioneer Softball here on BNC TV.
right, welcome back, folks. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Panthers hurting for certain, down by 9.
Finds a gap just outside of the infield.
Taylor Chase, first base hit of the day for the Panthers. Couldn't come at a better time.
Definitely a nice way to start off the inning. Get that second wind energy.
Allie Clary at the plate. Takes that one low, ball 1. Force at second, Clary safe at first. Fielder's choice gets Allie Clary onto first base.
I think conversely, a similar play that we were talking about the ball hitting Jalen Beliski's cleat, I think that slowing the momentum of that ball down actually kept the double play from happening.
Absolutely. So if you're scoring at home, that put out of Taylor Chase at second goes 1 to 6 to 4. And if you're not scoring at home, you can ignore that.
Well, I hope they don't ignore it. I mean, that is valued information, and BNC TV really appreciates you providing that.
Oh, they called her out at second. Looked like she slid in, but I am not the umpire. I am just the information provider. So Nat Johnson reached on a fielder's choice and then goes to second base on the overthrow. That'll bring up Maggie Tippanyuk. We've had our levity break for the day now. Swing and a miss. Nice stop by Fifield. And that goes into center field for a base hit. And the Panthers are on the board.
Sorry, I was chasing the run at home. I thought they were going to go after that, but looked like maybe there was a bait to throw home, and therefore Tippanyuk took the run. I mean, she's safe, which is great. Just didn't catch the closeness of that play.
Everybody's safe. Panthers are on the board. Here's Kiara Griskowski, the catcher. Panthers have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kiara struck out back in the 3rd. Was caught looking. Jaws missed outside. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice job by Taylor coming back from a 3-0 count.
And that's up high, ball 4. Panther runners on first and second with 2 out. Back to the top of the order and Lucy Burnap. Yeah, the runners advance. Some heads-up base running by the Panthers. Runners now in scoring position. Fifield tried to pick off Tipping going into third. Maggie slid in safely. Lofted into left field. Oh, it gets past the left fielder. 2 more Panther runs are across. Lucy holds up at second base. It's 9-3.
Nice job by Lucy Burnap. Great hit.
2-run double by Lucy. This is pitcher Jalen Beliski. Strike on the outside corner. Oh and 2 on Jalen. Fouled back. Panthers with a nice 3-run inning so far. There you get a good look at Lucy Burnap. And a nice catch over there by Sophia Pinardi in foul territory. That's going to retire the side. Panthers, 3 runs on 3 base hits, 1 runner left after 5 complete here in Northfield on a windy Thursday afternoon. Frontier 9, your Panthers 3. Don't go anywhere. Please check out our sponsors, and we'll be back in a moment right here on BNC TV.
Welcome back, folks.
Top of the 6th inning. Nice bunt single by Abigail Schreiber. There you see Abigail.
Definitely a great way to catch people off guard, right, coming back from, the first pitch of the inning. Very unsuspecting kind of bunt. Or an unsuspecting time to bunt.
Pitcher Ashley Taylor at the plate launched that one a mile. Foul ball, though. I think there's an old Monty Python skit. Always expect the unexpected. And that was that bunt single by Schreiber.
That's one of those things where, like, you get into the routine of kind of settling in a little bit, and it takes a few pitches for you to kind of, perch yourself in preparation for something to happen.
Taylor just got a piece of that, fouled at home plate.
It's like Frontier was looking for a steal during that, if that was not fouled away.
Just missed. Counts 1 and 2 on Ashley. And Schreiber steals second base. Quick timeout here. Panthers all in the circle to recalibrate.
I'm compelled to pull out my inner Pee Wee Herman and say that's the word of the day and just have a giant celebration.
Or if we had a ceiling here, the duck could drop down and give you $100. Groucho Marx reference.
Ah, I thought you were referring to the duck from Green Wave Hockey.
Oh no, that's a rubber chicken.
Oh, rubber chicken, my bad.
Nice pickup by Kobe. Couldn't quite get the runner at first base. Frontier's got runners on the corners. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Pounded into the ground. Taylor Chase goes over to first. Ball gets away. 1 run is in. Redhawks on 2nd and 3rd.
And 1 scored, bringing their total to 10.
That is correct. Launched into deep left center. Layla, nice catch. Runner tags, she's going to score. Nice running catch by Layla Golston. With a score 11-3. Brings up left fielder Liv Michon. Clary over to first to retire the runner. Skylar Steele gets over to third base. Raina Wanzi takes strike 1. Line drive. Kobe couldn't quite handle that one. Run scores.
Like it had a tough little hop there on its first bounce.
Oh, it sure did. Ball 1 to Sophia Pinardi. Sophia pounds one out to right field. Nice catch by Nat Johnson. That's going to retire the side. Some really solid defensive play by the Panthers. 3 more Frontier runs in the middle of the 6th. Frontier leads this one 12-3. Don't go anywhere. More Panther softball in a moment, right here on BNC TV.
Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the 6th inning.
Hope you caught the cartwheel. Tyler, I think we should do cartwheels in between innings ourselves. Or we could tell the people that we've done cartwheels. I'm sure they'd believe us.
Well, why don't I just redirect all our wonderful sponsors' donation to the Franklin Medical Center.
Layla Goulston getting things started here for the Panthers. Puts the bat on the ball out to center field. Addie Ely puts that one away. Hitters on both sides starting to make some contact here in this one. Kobe Tominski stepping into bat. Kobe's walked and struck out today. Fouled back out of play. Held off that one inside, 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Three balls, one strike on the Panther shortstop. Low ball 4. That brings up third base person, Taylor Chase. Taylor pops it up. Nice running catch by Skylar Steele. Double the runner off first base.
Oh, that was a tough lead.
And that double play is going to retire the side. Quick inning for the Panthers. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. 6 innings in the books here in Northfield. Frontier leads this one 12-3. Please check out and visit our sponsors. We'll be back with the 7th inning in a moment right here on BNC TV.
Welcome back, folks.
And we are in the 7th inning here in Northfield.
Fouled away.
That is Addie Ely at the plate. Foul ball on the her first swing. If you are looking ahead to the Panther 7th inning, we'll see Allie Clary, Nat Johnson, and Maggie Tippanyuk try to get things started for the Panthers. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Ball dropped out of the catcher's mitt. Threw down to first base. 2-3 on the put out. That'll bring up Whitney Campbell. No, actually that's number 3. This is Bella Orell batting for Whitney Campbell. So we may have a defensive change in the bottom of the 7th inning for Frontier. Counts 0-2 on Bella. Just missed inside. Swung on, missed strike 3. Once again, throw down to first base. 2 up, 2 down for Frontier.
Jalen Beliski still firing him in there. Doing a great job, and you know, it was her first time on a varsity team last year. I know she had it was rather intimidating, but I think she's really come into it, and she's showing a lot of promise.
Foul ball down the third base line. Counts 0-2 on Abigail Schreiber. Yeah, I'll agree with you, Tyler. Jalen shows a lot of character in the circle. You know, she was called upon in certain situations last season. But it's something special to get the home opening day start. I know Frontier's got 12 runs on the board, but by and large, she has pitched very well today. I think you mentioned earlier, Frontier plays a D4 schedule, so there is that difference. Ball gets past Kiara. Runner on first base. Top of the order, pitcher Ashley Taylor
has also pitched a fantastic game.
Ball gets away from Kiara. Yeah, I'll agree with you, Tyler. Both pitchers have done exceptionally well today. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit it's windy and it's cold out here. Temperature at game time was 60 or 62 degrees, as I recall. But once that sun starts to set over in the western sky here in Northfield, another wild pitch. Schreiber gets over to third. Now, once that sun gets below the tree line, I'm not sure
what the temperature. Ball game.
I'm not sure what the temperature is now, but I know we both put our jackets on, so it's getting there.
Well, I like some low temperatures, but there's something about the wind blowing through that just makes it feel extra
special.
Well, it's extra special to be here.
Absolutely.
Got a full count.
Full count on Ashley Taylor. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Much like she did her last at bat, launched one down the left field line. Nice catch over there in Souvenir Country. Count remains full. Frontier runner, Abigail Schreiber on third base. Panthers once again into the circle to recalibrate.
Well, under the circumstances, they just need, one more strike, one more out. I just really want to close out the at-bat for Frontier and then see what kind of work they can do.
Called strike 3. Throw once again down to first base. That's going to retire the side. In the 7th inning for Frontier. Only one runner left on base. Abigail Schreiber couldn't score from third. Other than that, 3 strikeouts in the inning for Jalen Beliski. We are in the middle of the 7th inning. Panthers have some work to do when we come back right here on BNC TV.
Welcome back, folks.
Here comes the Frontier outfielders warm-up. There they go. Perhaps the best outfield warm-up in all of high school softball.
Well, it's early on in the season. We'll see what other kind of developments.
Sets the bar high.
It'll turn into practically a halftime show by the end of the season, not just for the Frontier, just it'll be a outfield cheerleading squad by June.
Allie Clary swinging at the first pitch. Fouls it back out of play. Fouled over towards the Red Hawk bench. Remiss to say dugout because, well, they're just benches over there. Called strike 3. Ashley took a little bit off of that one. Just clipped the outside corner. Here's Nat Johnson. Drops one into center field for a base hit.
Nice job finding that shallow outfield pocket. No one was going to get to that one.
There you see Natalie on first base. Maggie Tippanyuk ready to step in. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner.
If I were to guess, that could be Kaylin Shabbat.
That is Kaylin Shabbat. That one just missed low. 2-0 on Tippiniuk. Just caught the top part of the strike zone, 2-1. And don't forget, Pioneer Panthers will have 2 home softball games next week. Ball gets away. There goes Shabbat to second. She's in there. Monday afternoon at 4:30, Mount Greylock will be here to take on the Panthers. And then Wednesday at 4 o'clock, Mohawk Trail will be here to take on the Panthers.
And of course, we'll be right back here tomorrow afternoon, where the boys will be taking on the Southwick Rams at 4 p.m.
I'm planning on being here if you'll have me, Tyler.
Always. You have an open invitation, Lou.
You're too kind. I appreciate it, though.
I appreciate you doing the play-by-play. Makes my job easy, and when it doesn't look good, at least it sounds good.
Well, you're too kind. Full count on Maggie. High and away, ball 4.
Tippiniuk did a great job of protecting a number of fouls with a full count. Doing a real good job, anything close, and saw that one coming in and decided to get herself on base rather than try and chase that high one.
Little delay at the Panther bench. Not sure if we're going to have a pinch hitter here. We'll know in a second. That's Greta Lewis.
Oh, nice to see Greta Lewis out there.
Batting for Kiara. Nice pitch by Ashley. Just foul tipped away. 1-2 on Greta. There you get a good look at Kaylin Shabbat leading off second. Force out at second base. Shabbat advances to third. Greta on with a fielder's choice. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Panther runners at first and third. Lucy Burnap. Lucy with that nice 2-run double in the 5th inning. Quickly goes to 0-2. Lucy's 2 for 3 on the day. High and inside, 1-2. Just missed outside. 2-2 on the Panther left fielder. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Ball game over for the Panthers in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 base hit, 2 runners were left on base. Final score, Frontier Redhawks 12, Pioneer Panthers 3. As the teams get ready to shake hands at home plate. Tyler, any last words?
Well, I think some of the things that we discussed earlier, taken away from this, Pioneer is still a young team, only 2 seniors. They're really coming together. Last year was a tough season for them, and I think that they've learned some things and they've come away all the better. You're seeing a lot of the a lot of the potential come out during this game and playing against a difficult team, a D4 team that has been a competitive team for a number of years. So being able to not have it be a total blowout, Pioneer put some points up on the board. They did a great job, and I think that they should be proud of the work that they did.
I think that's very well put. I certainly hope you can join us here on BNC TV tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock when the Pioneer Panther boys baseball team hosts the Southwick Rams. Until then, for executive producer Tyler Borbeau, I am Lou Bordeaux, thanking you for your time this time. And until next time, so long from Northfield.